Congratulations to Coach Dorn and Coach Dorn and NC State. They played great. I did a very poor job preparing our team. Obviously, I thought it was very much like the Virginia game. We were awful the first half. It was as bad as I've ever seen us. We were awful on offense. We did some good things on defense early and then stayed out there too long and let them score. They had 12 on the field right before the half. They said that when you have a replay, they didn't realize there were 12 on the field. When you have a replay, there's not a 10-second runoff. I'd never heard that before, but that's kind of the way the night went. So give them credit. It's on me completely. You can't play as bad as we did in the first half without the head coach doing a poor job. And I had our team poorly prepared, obviously. So questions.
Is this the most disappointed that you've been since you've returned the second stint?
I've had a lot of disappointments, so it'd be hard to sit here and rate them, but it's in the group.
But given the circumstances, given the opponent, the guys
it was bad.
Mack, did you get a sense this week leading up to it that
No.
something was off?
No, we had a whole lot of people hurt, so we didn't put pads on, and that obviously wasn't a good decision. I mean, we couldn't practice because we had so many people banged up. We didn't know how many we were going to have ready to play tonight, and but that's not an excuse. It's late in the year, so it's part of the deal.
What was wrong offensively? Drake didn't complete a pass until the second quarter.
I don't know. I can't answer it. I'll have to go look at it, and I saw it like you saw it.
Coach, whether it's last year, one loss, becoming 5 to end the year, this year, Virginia becoming the Georgia Tech loss, and then in the microcosm of this game, you get down and it snowballs. I mean, what is the common thread that has led to this team not being able to kind of have that resolve in those moments?
I don't think there's a common thread. I keep looking for ways to win more than 8 games. We got a chance to win 9 again, which is pretty good around here in the bowl game. But had a great game against Duke 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. So we played a good team tonight. They're hard to beat over here, and they played better than we did.
When you say that the team wasn't prepared the way it needs to be, are you talking about effort in the first half? Or
No, I thought they tried. I did a poor job preparing this team to play, or we wouldn't have looked that bad. And that's me and a group of assistant coaches. It has nothing to do with the kids because they played their guts out the second half. So that's just it.
What was going on with the slippage and the grip issues in terms of the cleats? Was it just the turf, or did you notice anything with that?
I don't know. We slipped and they didn't. So
Casey Concepcion, obviously an incredibly dynamic player. You knew you needed to stop him. What was it about, even in the game, the adjustments never seemed to come and get him?
Yeah, I don't know. We just didn't do a good job.
Mack, in the final minutes of the game, after Drake had gone out with the injury, Connor Harrell comes in, but then Drake comes in for the last possession after the game is pretty much already decided. Was that just him saying, I want to go back in? Or?
Yes, that's Drake's toughness. That's just who he is. We're going to hold him out, and he wanted to go back in, so you let him go back in.
Some of the guys talked this week about the importance of pre-snap, their eye discipline, the kinds of different things they do. Was that the biggest issue defensively? They weren't strong in pre-snap because I think they got the red zone their first 8 possessions.
Yeah. I don't know.
Did it look to you like there was a little bit of confusion or some chaos at times?
We didn't tackle well. I thought it was really throwing the ball more than it was the other. Brennan Armstrong did a tremendous job. We didn't put pressure on him, and he hit everybody. They were all open, and he made some great throws. So got to give him a lot of credit. I thought he played really well since he's come back in. I bragged on him Monday because it's hard for a kid to get benched and come back and do what he's done. Like I said, that kid's really a tough kid and a confident kid, and he did a tremendous job tonight.
We talked about the schedule from being before the year that this was going to be a tough spot. I mean, how much do you think having to go on the road to Clemson, physical team, on the road again, had an impact to this game?
Probably wasn't a desirable schedule at the end, but that was done this summer, or that was done last February, and it's out of my control, so nothing I can say about that.
What happened with the rushing offense? Marion Hampton only recording 28 yards in comparison to the last 6 games.
Yeah, we got so far behind we couldn't run it. He didn't touch it much tonight.
So what's next? No practice tomorrow, so what was the message to the guys, and what do you do here in the next week as you wait to find out where the bowl game is?
Yeah, that's what you do. They'll have finals, and then they'll have to do that, and they'll get back. We'll get some guys well, and we'll get back in the strength program and figure out where we're going to go and then start preparing to play better.
Do the player meetings take place this week, and do they start
Yes,
tomorrow?
this will be a huge week of. They'll start Monday, and each coach will sit down with every player and say, "Are you going to the NFL? If you're drafted at this place, are you going? Or if you're drafted at this place, what does that mean? Are you transferring? Are you going to play in the bowl? Are you going to opt out of the bowl? If you're transferring, are you going to play in the bowl?" So we'll ask all those questions this week.
As part of that, do you have to have some conversations with assistants as well, so the kids will know what that's going to look like as well? As far as, you said that some assistants might, you said last week that, guys are always, if they're looking at something else, they'll tell you. So are there any conversations you have to have with assistants this week, just to kind of know where they stand, because the kids might want to know too?
Yeah, at the end of the year, I ask our players to be honest with us, and I always ask our assistants to be honest with us. If you're looking at another job, let me know, because if you look, I'm going to look. And I've got a lot of evaluating to do, so I'll look at everything we've got, and that happens over the next month.
On that note, have you indicated to guys on the team that you're going to be back next year?
I think we addressed that last week.
You said it was Jeremy's statement.
Yeah, I'm planning on being back. I hadn't even thought about it until you all brought it up. It gets brought up every year. When you're 72, that's a regular. You can just mark it down. It's the Thursday before the last game, before recruiting starts, because everybody that's competing against you, and you all had a dead day. You needed something to write, so it all fit in there.
So for clarity's sake, you're going to be back.
Yes.
Do you anticipate making staff changes?
I just said, if you'll listen carefully, that at the end of every year, I sit down and evaluate everything. And then if we'd won the game, we wouldn't be asking the same questions. I got this. I've been doing this long enough to understand. So, anything else?
Have you gotten a sense from Drake? Do you think he's made a decision one way or the other?
I haven't asked him. Drake wanted to win the game, so he hadn't even talked about anything else.
We good? Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you all.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.